get a feel for who's here. You know, we all get painted into these little boxes in our lives, and everybody has expectations based on our little boxes that we're in. So I'm going to exploit that today. I'm actually going to explore that a little bit today. And I want you guys to each think about a shape. Either a circle, a square, a triangle, or a little squiggly shape. And just by show of hands, who are the circles in the room? Anybody? Okay. And if you don't have a choice, they also show something. The circles, guys, just as an indication, the circles are guys who like to live. They don't like to live in square boxes. They don't like to be constricted. They're people that are kind of out there. Okay, they do things differently. Okay, any counted squares in the room? No squares. Okay. The circles, you need to find yourself a square. Okay, the squares give you order and definition and give you direction in your life. Okay. In triangles, the triangles, they're the scary ones, okay? They will do anything to achieve in life. They will excel no matter what. They'll walk over anybody, get their business card, okay? And the little squiggly shapes, any squiggly shapes? The squiggly shapes are only interested in alcohol and sex. No, they reckon that they're not.
Can we skip the spot?
Sorry, does anyone in the room want to change to a sweetie shape? Went to this dinner, and I eat my meat pretty well cooked. Okay, and the person whose house I went to dinner at, they kind of take the horns out, wipe its backside, and chase it through the fire, and then they throw it on your plate. You know, this chunk of raw meat that sort of a good vet probably could have revived on my plate. and you know, when you get this chunk of meat and you think you've got to chunk this thing down as quickly as you possibly can, so you look at it and you cut it into 4 even squares. You take one, you stick it in your mouth, and you gnaw your way through it, and you like work your way through that piece of meat as quickly as you can. And you think, thank God that's done. And then the host looks over at your table and goes, "Your meat's gone." And you go, "That was divine. Thank you so much." She says, "You're not the one." She goes, "You know what? I knew you'd like it. I've got 2 more in the kitchen. Have you?" Now, guys, that's the unfortunate reality that we face with every day. Is we have a day, and we're not totally satisfied with that day. We don't really like what happened that day. But we sit back and we go, "You know what? I'll have more of it tomorrow. And in fact, I loved it. It was actually okay. Give me more of the same." Ultimately, what that leads to is what do you intend your life to look like? What is your intention with where you want your life to go? That the world wants to be around. If you had to sit here and ask yourself the question right now, would you marry you? Would you work for you? Would you want you to work for me? Would you want to be in a relationship with you? Would you want to be in love with you? Would you trust yourself to go into business with you? And if you answer no to any of those questions, you need to start looking inside yourself and saying, what's wrong? What can I change? Because you've got to remember, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got to see. Put some external sound there so that you can actually hear the sea. Get your wife to come and spray you with a spray bottle. That's what's going to take. Sit with your feet. You know what I'm saying? Sit with your feet in a bucket. Sit with your feet in a bucket of sand and push your feet through the sand. The more vivid, the more of your senses that you can actually bring into play when you do this process, the more powerful it becomes. Because for me, it's about passion and fun and joy and all those sort of things. But the amazing thing that I see is so many people trying to have business relationships and personal relationships. And it's an artificial boundary that exists between the two. Obviously over here, we've got our really, really personal close friends. And over here, we've got our business relationships. But think about it. Have you ever walked into a shop And you can see the guy sitting with his feet against the desk, and he is so desperately trying to make this sale. How do you feel? Terrible. You don't want to work with that person. Verse, here you are, on a Friday afternoon, and you've got a business meeting. You pick up the phone and you say, "Hi, Jan. It's Andrew. Sorry, man, but my kid's got a recital this afternoon. I clean forgot about it. Can we reschedule for next week?" Who would you rather be doing business with? The guy with his feet pushed up against the desk that'll make a sale no matter what? Or a friend? Friends are found in country. Somebody that you can relate to. Somebody that can relate to you